Dear seekers of truth and peace, welcome. Please take a deep breath. Inhale gently and exhale slowly. Let this moment hold you in silence, in stillness, and in presence. As you sit here today, I invite you to walk with me, not with your feet, but with your heart. For today, I will share with you a sacred path, a way to transform your everyday life through the profound and beautiful practice of gratitude. Let me begin by saying that gratitude is not merely a polite word we say when someone offers us kindness. Gratitude, in its deepest essence, is a way of being. It is the fertile ground from which joy grows, the gentle wind that clears the clouds of discontent, and the warm sun that nurtures peace within our hearts. Gratitude is mindfulness in action. It is seeing clearly, feeling fully, and appreciating wholeheartedly. There is a well-known story from the life of the Buddha that many of you may have heard before, but it carries layers of wisdom that reveal themselves each time we hear it anew. One day, the Buddha and his disciples were walking through a village. As they walked, a young man approached the Buddha and began to insult him. He called him names and mocked him in front of others. The Buddha listened silently, neither angry nor disturbed. When the man finally stopped, the Buddha gently asked him, "If someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The young man, puzzled, replied, "To the one who offered it." "Exactly," said the Buddha. "I do not accept your insults. Therefore, they remain with you." This moment is a teaching in equanimity, but also in gratitude. For gratitude does not depend on circumstances. It is a choice. Even when others are unkind, we can be grateful for the opportunity to practice patience, for the mirror they hold up to our own mind, and for the chance to respond with compassion rather than reaction. Gratitude begins when we realize that every moment, every breath, every challenge is a teacher. To practice gratitude every day, we must first learn to see. In the teachings of mindfulness, we speak often of vipassana clear seeing. When we bring mindful attention to our lives, we begin to notice the small things that were once invisible, the way the sunlight rests on a leaf, the soft sound of our footsteps, the kindness in a stranger's smile. Every day, set aside a few minutes to sit quietly. Place your hand over your heart, breathe in deeply, and ask yourself, what am I grateful for right now? It may be something small, the warmth of your tea, the air in your lungs, the simple fact that you are alive. The more you see, the more you realize how much there is to be thankful for. One of my students once told me, "I thought I had nothing to be grateful for. Then I broke my ankle, and I realized how grateful I was just to walk." Gratitude arises when we see clearly how precious and fleeting everything is. Let me tell you a story from my early days in the monastery. Every morning, we would walk barefoot through the village with our alms bowls. We did not ask for food. We simply walked, silently, offering the villagers a chance to practice generosity. Sometimes, the bowl would be filled with fragrant rice and vegetables. Sometimes, it would remain nearly empty. One day, I received only a single spoonful of rice. I returned to the monastery, hungry and disappointed. I sat under a tree and sulked. The abbot, an old and wise monk, noticed me. He asked, "What troubles you, my child?" I said, "I received almost nothing today." He smiled and replied, "Ah, then today you must feast on gratitude." I looked at him, confused. He continued, "Every grain of rice is a miracle. Someone planted it. Someone watered it. The sun shone upon it. The earth held it. A kind hand placed it in your bowl. You have not received almost nothing. You have received the entire universe in a spoonful." That day, I learned that gratitude is not about quantity, it is about perspective. It is easy to be grateful when life is gentle, but what about when we are in pain? Let us remember the story of Kisagotami, a mother whose child had died. She was heartbroken and went to the Buddha, begging him to bring her son back to life. The Buddha told her to bring him a mustard seed from a household that had never known death. She went from door to door, but every home had experienced loss. In her search, she realized she was not alone in her suffering. Her grief transformed into compassion for others. Eventually, she returned to the Buddha, not with a mustard seed, but with a heart full of understanding. Kisagotami's story teaches us that even sorrow can be a doorway to gratitude. When we suffer, we open to others' suffering. When we lose, we learn to cherish what we still have. When we fall, we find the strength to rise again. Pain breaks us open, and from that opening, gratitude can bloom. Let me now offer you some simple, practical ways to cultivate gratitude in your everyday life. These are practices you can begin today and carry with you always. 1. Gratitude journal. Each evening, before you sleep, write down 3 things you are grateful for. Let them be specific. Not just, I'm grateful for my family, but I'm grateful for the way my daughter laughed today. 2. Gratitude walk. Take a walk in silence. With each step, silently say thank you. Thank you to the earth, the sky, your body, your breath. 3. Mindful eating. Before eating, pause. Look at your food. Reflect on how it came to you. Eat slowly, with full awareness. Taste the effort of the world. 4. Gratitude letters. Write a letter to someone who has touched your life. You don't even need to send it. Just writing it can open your heart. 5. Morning intention. Each morning, upon waking, say to yourself, today I will find something to be grateful for. Let these be not tasks, but sacred rituals. Let them remind you that each day is a gift. When we live in gratitude, we naturally become more generous. We no longer hoard our time, energy, or resources. We want to give because we have seen how much we've received. The Buddha taught, if you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it. One day, a laywoman approached the monastery. She was poor and had very little to offer, but she brought a small handful of flowers. She placed them on the Buddha's altar and bowed. The monks asked the Buddha, why do you smile? He said, because in her heart, she gave more than a king. True gratitude gives, not just things, but kindness. A smile, a listening ear, a gentle word, a silent prayer. Gratitude is not a feeling we wait for. It is a practice we choose. Like drawing water from a well, it may feel empty at first, but if we keep lowering the bucket day after day, we will find the living water beneath. And when we do, our lives begin to change. We complain less. We love more. We find joy in simplicity. We become less reactive and more compassionate. We begin to truly see the miracle of being alive. Even in sorrow, we say, thank you for the chance to feel. Even in hardship, we say, thank you for the strength to endure. Even in the face of death, we say, thank you for this beautiful life. This is the way of mindfulness. This is the way of the heart. This is the way of gratitude. My dear friends, let us walk together on this path. Let us support each other in remembering the preciousness of this life. Let us hold hands not just physically, but spiritually as we deepen our awareness, our compassion, and our gratitude. I invite you now to bring this practice into your life, not just today, but every day. Let your life become a prayer of thanks. Let your heart be the bowl that never empties. And if you found these words meaningful, if they touched something deep within you, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Buddha's Wisdom. There you will find more teachings, stories, and practices to help you walk this path of peace and presence. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you live with a grateful heart. Thank you.